Underneath the skin, cousin whose parents have died and he's disabled. How would you feel if that? If you had a child and the child was disabled and then you died? You do your best, not do your best isn't good enough. It doesn't make any difference, because why would you do it in the first place and then have to do your best in order to stop something bad happening? Stop it. Just stop ejaculating. That's your problem. You ejaculate. Ejaculation is for losers, for weak men. Ejaculation is for weak men. Ejaculation is for pussies. Ejaculation is for people who lose control of their weapon, who can't mind your own business. Yes. So far, you have not come up with a good reason why you should procreate. The cycle of life. What's that got to do with it? What if something goes terribly wrong? Look, there's another reason why you shouldn't procreate. Otherwise, you'll end up with someone like him. So far, you haven't come up with a good reason to understand why the cycle of life is not a good reason for you to bring someone into existence. Why? Why is it? What do you mean the cycle of life? What is so good about the cycle of life, and why should you continue it? Look around here. All these people here, there's no good reason. All of you have produced hundreds of kilograms of excrement. Hundreds of this man here, hundreds of kilograms of excrement he has produced since his birth. And what for? Why are you doing it? What are you doing it?
They could have just created a green zone. What are you doing?
Nothing. Nobody's doing anything here. I'm not doing nothing at all useful either. No, I like it there. You go away. No, I'm trying to prevent your children from having to come into this existence and having yourself as a father. Who would want you as a father? Let's be honest. If I truly believe what I say, I'd walk away. Why is that? So what? I don't mind. I'm acknowledging that there's no reason for me to be here. But I'm here already, so I might as well do what I like to do. Yes, I'm asking you, you are considering reproducing, aren't you? How many people here would like this man to be your father?
All of us.
My God, you've got low standards, haven't you? Jesus Christ. Oh, hello. What happened? Oh, yes. Oh, no. What did you do that for? What have you done? You are fed. Oh, my God.
Hear that voice?
Now you're stuck with her.
But how do you know
that? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about?
Why would I need to do that?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'll tell you. Because if you haven't thought about how they'll die, yeah, you haven't thought the whole thing through. Do you want them to get cancer? No. Well, the only way of making sure that they don't get cancer is not to have them in the first place. Yeah. So be it. No, exactly. That's why you shouldn't create. That means you've created cancer. If they get cancer, you created cancer. That's right. Yeah. If you create any illness that they have, you created it. Yes, you two together created it.
This guy's
What am I doing? What can I do with them? I have to take care of them now. They're still old. They're still costing me a damn fortune. When you see me say I'm a miserable bastard, okay, let's deal with the miserable bastard, right? Okay, let's say I am a miserable bastard. So bloody what? What are you? You are a Pollyanna person. You are living with your head in the sky. You haven't thought it through all the way. You have not thought their whole life through all the way. What are you going to do about social media when it gets its evil tentacles into your twin? Oh, will you? Good luck to you. Good luck to you. You ask how many parents are able to get that all away from their children before it screws their mind up. You will not be looking after your child in 5 years' time. Apple will.
How do you know that?
And they will be poisoning their minds with vile, horrible nonsense. From the politics to the porn and God. Yes. Imagine if Einstein wouldn't be born. Good. Then we'd have no nuclear war, would we? If Einstein wasn't born. What's Einstein done that's so good? Rubbish. Nonsense. You think your children are going to change the world, but you're making you're putting a lot of pressure on them. You know, that they can just get through the world without having serious mental illness. You're going to send your kids to a young offenders institute. He's going to send his own children to a young offenders institute, where they will be conditioned and brainwashed with authoritarian nastiness. Right? They'll be fed the most vile, horrible, unhealthy, dodgy food in these schools. He's going to do that. They're not going to change it. Yeah, come on, he's not going to change it. Nobody will. You're not thinking of having a child, are you at all?
So
You're not thinking of procreating, are you? No, thank God. High five. What about you? Are you thinking of procreating?
plan to.
Why?
Why not?
Why? Who would want you to be their dad? Look around. Look. Would you want him to be your dad? You realise, that his children are going to be brainwashed from the minute they come out with a very strange, very cultish Jewish cult religion. Yeah, he's part of the Jewish religion, and he's part of a very extreme, I would say, quite an extreme cult within the religion. And he's going to pump out loads of children because he believes, wait for this, he believes that the creator of the whole universe wants him to reproduce. He actually thinks that, right? And so he's going to have a whole bunch of these children, and he thinks that the creator's going to get really happy. And if he didn't have any children, he thinks the creator of the whole universe would be really upset. So he's going to create these children, right? He's going to basically play Russian roulette. He's going to find some woman. He's going to play Russian roulette with his child's life. And then he's going to brainwash his child literally from the minute he comes out with some of the most bizarre ideas. When the child's 8 days old, he's going to cut off the child's foreskin, right? If it's a boy. If the child's lucky enough to be a girl, she'll get away with it, right? No genital mutilation in that community, but there are plenty of communities that do, right? And then he's going to bring these kids up and brainwash them, and then they're going to bring a whole bunch of other people into existence. But you haven't told me why. Why on earth will you bring people into this mad world?
You haven't answered my question of why not.
Excuse me. Before you do something that affects somebody else's life in such a profound way, you must not just say, "I'm going to do it. Why not?"
Don't you think
you wouldn't go and buy a house because why not? No, you think about it very carefully. When you're having a child, it's not just you involved, it's the child. Here's the reason why not. Because I, for one, would hate it if you were my dad, and I'm being serious. You seem a sweet enough guy, but you are completely misguided. You're involved in a crazy cult, and I wouldn't want you to be my dad. That's one reason why not. Have you thought about it from the child's point of view? Have you ever thought about it from the child's point of view?
Well, yes, I have, and I'm glad.
And what do you think?
I'm glad that my parents did bring me into
Oh, are you?
existence.
I'm
Yes.
very pleased about that. But your children
I think
might
most-
not be glad that you're their dad.
Most people are glad to exist. The
Oh,
vast
really?
majority.
Really? You don't know what most people are or not, number one. Number two, what about the millions of people who commit suicide every year? How do you know your child won't be one of those?
Proportionately, very few.
Proportionately very few? Really? What's the biggest killer of 25 to 45-year-olds in this country? Suicide.
Actually, it's smoking and overeating.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Obesity and smoking kill more people than anything else.
I'm talking about between the ages of 25 and 45. That does not kill a lot of people, obesity and smoking. But suicide does. It doesn't matter. You might bring someone in, you don't know what you're going to bring in. And you've got ginger hair. Who would want the ginger hair, for goodness sake?
Ginger hair's nice.
Oh, do you like ginger?
Like bit of ginger.
Right? You have no reason to bring someone into existence, and you're asking me why not.
By the way, ginger's
No,
recessive.
you need to tell me why yes. Why? Tell me. Why would you bring someone here into
Most-
existence?
the vast
Answer the
ma-
question.
The vast majority of people are glad that they exist.
I don't care about the vast majority of people, and anyway, it's a stupid point to say the vast majority of people are glad they exist. People go for ups and downs. It's a very nuanced question. Some people might be glad in one moment, might be not glad in the next. Here's another question. Do you know what it's like to be 68 years old and having dementia and having to piss into a colostomy bag? Do you know what that's like? No, because you're only a young man.
And do you?
Yet you're
I
bringing a
think he
person
does.
into existence. You're bringing a person into existence who's going to grow older than you were when you brought them in. So you don't know what they're going to go through because you haven't been through it yourself. What right have you got to impose life onto another human being, and you still haven't told me why? Why are you going to do it? Why?
Because the world needs people to sustain it.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now you
Have
need
you
to,
ever wondered what
you
would
need
happen?
you need to see a psychiatrist and a psychotherapist immediately, right?
you talking?
Because the idea that you, mate, what's your name again? Remind me? Avram. The idea that you, Avram, are going to have children to keep the world going round is absolutely bonkers. If you have a vasectomy, which I highly recommend, if you have a vasectomy, the world's going to carry on anyway, isn't it, mate?
Not if everyone does.
Yes, but they're not going to. I'm talking to you. Yes? You have. So you told me the reason why you have a kid is to keep the world going. Well, that's deluded. You don't need to have. You personally do not need to have any children to keep the world going. So why would you do it? Why would you bring someone into existence?
If everybody thought along your lines, humanity would cease
There
to
we
exist.
go with that. That's a logical fallacy, ladies and gentlemen. He's not answering the question. He's saying, they used to say this in school, didn't they? You got that one from school. When you do anything out of the ordinary, like I go on my megaphone all day, I've been doing it for 13 years. At the beginning, the police used to come up to me and said, oh, you can't do that. Why? Because if everybody did it, I'm not talking about everybody and everybody, right? I'm not talking about everybody and everybody's not going to do it. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Answer the question. Why would you bring people into existence? For who? For you or for them?
Both of us.
Really, for them? Tell me what's in it for them.
I've already told you that, but you think
What?
you've discarded
What's
my
in
answer.
it for your, other than suffering,
An entire
illness,
life.
and death?
An entire life.
So what? What's so good about a human life? And what about all the damage that they're going to do? What about all the harm they're going to do? What about all the crap? Piles of hundreds of what? Do you realise there's hundreds of kilograms of excrement in the world with your name on it? For what?
I don't
And what have
label
you
my
produced to counteract that? Your children are going to be consumers. They're going to be poo machines. They're going to hurt animals because you probably eat meat. You would adopt instead, or you would marry someone who's already had some children and help them. Why do you have to have your own? What's so good about your DNA?
You've had 3.
Yes, I know. So what? I'm trying to warn you not to make the same mistake I made.
Can I ask a question?
I care more about your unborn children than you do. You don't care about your unborn children. You don't care if they get cancer. You don't care if they get run over. You don't care if they get depression and commit suicide.
Well,
you
actually,
don't
you're
care.
so worried about them dying, you're trying to kill them before they've even been born.
No, I'm not trying to kill them.
Yes,
I'm trying
you
to
are.
stop them from coming into
Which is
existence.
taking
just
away
so
their
that you
life.
can have a nice little
You'd rather
rubby-dubby
they don't
time.
exist to prevent them living a short life.
What's that?
You would rather people don't exist just to prevent them from having a short life.
No, I'm just
Where's
trying
the
to prevent
logic
them
in
from
that?
having unnecessary
You're worried they
suffering.
might die young, so let them die before they're even conceived.
Not
Where's
die,
the logic
not
in
die. It's not about dying.
I think also he
it's
wants
just
to ask
keep
something.
your
He wants to ask
toxic
something.
liquid in where it belongs.
He wants to
in
ask
you.
something.
Why do you not want men to have sex with women in order to
Why do I not want men to have sex with women in order to conceive children? Because conceiving children is inhumane. Creating children is inhumane. Let me explain to you why. What's the difference between a human and an animal? What's the difference? Yeah, what? What's the difference? What's the difference between you and a dog? Why did you have any children? Why did you have, seriously, why did your dad have you? Why do you think your parents had you? Why?
Half time was 15 minutes, and I didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, right, now you see the truth of the matter is, yeah, he may laugh about it. The truth of the matter is, he basically had you because he liked a bit of the old grumpy puppy, right? He did not think it through properly, yeah?
10 years ago, much better.
Yeah, I've checked, no, it's the subject. The subject's not so popular. He's joking, yeah? He's joking, yeah? I seriously encourage you to push it until he tells you the truth about why he had you, right? And if he had you because he had nothing better to do, yeah, he should be paying for everything until the day you die. He owes you a lot of money for compensation. White coat. I don't know, it sort of makes me look like that. I just had it with me. Anyway, my message to you, young man, is don't make the same mistake your parents made. Right? I hope you are not going to have any children. And in order to make sure that you don't, I will offer you a £100. I will offer you £100 cash if you can give me a reason why you think it's okay for you to reproduce. This man has not told me any good reason. You still have not come up with a reason why you what? Because I know, because none of it makes any sense whatsoever. Does anybody here think that this guy has got any good reason to reproduce? I say there is no good reason why he should bring someone into existence. Nobody in their right mind would want him to be their dad to start with, right? I mean, seriously, if you could choose anybody in the world to be your dad,
If you look like Brad Pitt, if you look like Brad Pitt.
Happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day to Andrea Kelly and to all mothers in the world. Take the picture of the flowers. He's got love there.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
I'm serious now. I'm serious. I'm the perfect uncle. Yeah? I'm crazy enough and interesting to be an uncle. I'm not a father, of course not. And had I thought about it, I wouldn't have brought you this now. Of course not. Look around here. There's nobody here that I would want to be my mum or dad. Nowhere near. I've got high standards. And you should have high standards as well. You should have high standards to realise that no child would choose you as a parent. If they really knew you, hands up. Anybody here who, if they really knew you, if your children knew you before they came here, they knew all your foibles, they knew how much porn you watched. They knew how much money you didn't actually have. They knew you were a bit of a bastard. They knew all the stuff. They knew all your medical conditions. Yeah. How's that if you think a child would choose you to be their mum or dad?
Yes, my children will pick me any day. I am yummy mommy.
You're yummy mummy.
I'm yummy mommy.
I've never met anybody who said, oh, I wish I'd have been born to a Christian fundamentalist. Then everything.
Well, you won't be able to say that.
What's that?
You won't be able to say that.
I won't be able to say what.
You've never met anyone who wants to be born to a Christian.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, but I'm saying
Now you have.
beforehand, why would anybody, if they had the choice, choose a Christian fundamentalist to be their mum or dad, or a Jewish fundamentalist like you? Who would want a dad who stops having children? What was that? If people had played this, I wouldn't have such a large audience. So bloody what? I mean, the guys can see these parents had sex so that I can have a large audience. I really wish that your parents would take a precaution. I don't understand why they did it. The reason why they did it, basically, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, and I can tell you the overwhelming majority of cases, unless you are a product of IVF, when your dad was inside your mum 9 months before you were born, he was not thinking about you and your life ahead. He wasn't thinking, I wonder if my child will end up in Stephen's corner because he's got nothing to do on a Sunday, right? He wasn't thinking that. He was thinking, oh, this is a nice feeling, right? And because you yourself that last little bit, you were creating the ultimate anti-climax, right? Think about it, right? He was having a lovely feeling, and then your mum told him, oh, I'm pregnant, darling, and he had to pretend he was so happy as he started to figure out that that's going to cost him his holiday house in the south of France and his freedom and everything else. You
never had a holiday house in the south of France.
And that's why, gentlemen, you need to learn to control that weapon between your legs.
Day!
No, don't worry about your prostate. Don't worry. There are practitioners out there that can help train you.
Hey, can you help me?
If you don't use your dick, it's free. You know this. Yes? Yourself?
I don't
How
do
did you
fountain.
manage to get such research?